Speaking on Australia's popular morning show, Sunrise, royal commentator Angela Mollard discussed the ex-bodyguard's comments regarding Prince Harry's no-show at the memorial. She said, "One of Prince Philip's former bodyguards has come out and said it was very poor form for him to not turn up at the memorial. You have to imagine in years to come with so many of the royal family and so many great-grandchildren, Charlotte and George were there and they are only 8 and 6. Ms. Mollard added it would have been so important to the Queen to have her family there. She concludes by saying that it is somewhat of an insult to her that Harry decided not to turn up. The Duke's former bodyguard, Richard Griffin, claimed Prince Harry's security concerns were a pathetic excuse. He told Sky News, "That was a big disappointment for everybody. Certainly around where I was they thought he should have been here. All this nonsense about he couldn't get protection, as far as I'm concerned that was a pathetic excuse. He should have been here to honor his grandfather." Mr. Griffin added, "At the end of the day, if he was that worried about security he could have stuck with his brother and father who have got wonderful security. He would have been more than safe." Besides, Lizzie Cundy insists Harry should have had disgraced Prince Andrew's role of walking the Queen into Westminster Abbey. Instead, the Duke of Sussex stayed at his £11 million Californian mansion with wife Meghan, blaming his absence on a row over police protection, despite visiting the Netherlands in 2 weeks for the Invictus Games. The former model has slammed the excuse, and believes public opinion is turning on the couple. "It was pretty low and incredibly selfish of him and Meghan," Lizzie told The Sun. "Prince Harry should have been there. Forget his moaning and his whinging and his swipes about the country, he should put his grandmother first. People are getting sick of their excuses and the need for people to feel sorry for them. It's playing the poor me card and there's only so much you can take. The excuses are getting worse. They're getting tedious and no one is interested anymore." Prince Andrew, often dubbed his mother's favorite son, walked arm in arm with the 95-year-old monarch as he guided her down the aisle through Westminster Abbey. It marks Andrew's first public appearance since he paid a £12 million settlement to Virginia Giuffre to drop her civil assault case brought against him in the U.S. Lizzie continued, "To have Prince Andrew walk the Queen in just goes to show how much grief she's in. It speaks volumes that she had to have her second son, after all those allegations, walk her in the Abbey. I know it's the royal family, but it's a grieving family, people forget that. Harry knows grief. He lost his mother and knows the anguish his grandmother will be going through. To see Prince Andrew being the one with her instead, you just couldn't believe it, could you? It wasn't the best move, but she was a grieving mother and that's what her wish would have been. She didn't have Harry there, which is what made it even more heartbreaking to watch. He let her down. It would have been amazing if Prince Harry would have been the one to walk the Queen in. If he put all his woes aside and everything that's gone on, the interview, the book. Everyone would have thought how fantastic that he has come to support her. It would have been so wonderful if Harry had thought, just once, I'm going to put someone else's feelings before mine and not be selfish. That move of not going has backfired. The majority of people will say the little bit of sympathy we did have has been lost.